Testing, 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 testing. Cool. But we live, we live, we live. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? All right. Mic check 1, 2. Everything sounds crispy. Man. Okay, cool. All right, chat. What's going on? My name is Sir Hans Felix. For those who are watching me for the first time, um, clearly, I still have that morning voice. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault. But I do welcome you guys to the chat, to the live stream session. We are definitely getting into it. We're getting straight into it. Whoever's watching from whichever side of the world, I welcome you. I welcome you. I see a couple of names that I know. Somebody said, Hans, bro, thanks again for that psychology boot camp you did a while back. Was a game changer. You welcome, Reese. You welcome, man. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get into it. I don't want to miss out on further details. The market has been pretty wishy-washy in my opinion. Um, a lot of things that I actually mapped out on my outlooks page, it played out, but not necessarily. Uh, you know how sometimes you do an analysis, but you don't benefit from it. Let me make sure that there's something's going on here. Let me fix something real quick. I'm not trying to have no technical difficulties today. No sir. All right, cool. Okay, so sorry about that. Like I was saying, sometimes we get into certain difficulties with life situations, and it keeps us from actually participating in the market as we would want. So US 30 is one of those, because as I was looking from the analysis that I made, and I dropped it on the Discord chat and Hans's Outlook, right? I anticipated that US 30 would touch 35 to 50. Um, and this is the condition and how I wanted it to happen. I wanted to see price fail to sweep above, fail to swing high, and then obviously that would mean price is going to sell off. But I anticipated this to happen in a in a totally different way, because once price started selling off, what happened on Tuesday was something I never saw coming. They initially bounced off of like Monday's low, and they pushed. And as price pushed, they failed to swing high. This was the beginning of the sell off. But I didn't see it that way. And, quite honestly, I was just doing too much in my personal life to be able to like catch up and see all the clarity out of what was going on. So yeah, it was definitely tough. But as of right now, we see um, the indices, ever since that news that had dropped about the United States dropping down from a triple A rating to a double A rating. So that was not a good look for the first time in years. The Fitch downgraded the United States to double A plus from triple A. So, it's just like a Better Business Bureau when you get a credit rating. We don't have a good credit score. Isn't that ironic? So, because of that, the debt ceiling that keeps going higher and higher is not a good look for indices. So, price for now has failed to make a new high, and so this is why we are selling. Okay, I've been having this issue for some reason. All right. So, personally, I've actually been looking at GJ and UJ. Initially, I was in some sales, but my mom was like, "Yo, take your profit. If price retraces, you'll get back in." And I'm glad I listened to myself. I closed some profits because the markets before this New York equities open, it seems like we're a tad bit slow in consolidating. But obviously, the trend is still bearish, and the destination to me is definitely um, Wednesday's low. So yesterday's low is a definite area of target. So price might be a little slow, but we could definitely see this playing out very well. Okay. So this is the pair that I'm paying attention to mostly. I feel like there's a lag somewhere, but can everybody hear me? Hey boss, good morning. What's up, Jaquel? Oh yeah. With NFP Friday, we could see indices continue short. I agree. I definitely agree. What's going on? Yeah, we got people tuning in from India. What's going on? What's going on? For a moment, you thought I was Q-Banks. I get that from time to time. Rarely, rarely. He's Jamaican, I'm Haitian, Caribbean boys. But as you guys might not or may know, we have unlimited trading days. I'm very excited for that. So a lot of traders, from historical data, and I think we all can agree here. I bet. Okay, put some ones in the chat if you've ever blown an account trying to rush because you were this close to your 30-day period for phase one, or you just felt like you didn't have enough time and you just started panicking. Who has been in a situation like that? Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where like you feel rushed, you feel like you're running out of time, and it just messes with your psychology, it messes with your focus. So I love the fact that Fortunes Funding has joined the industry standard right now, where a lot of prop firms are doing away with the 30-day or 40-day for phase one, and now like we have unlimited days. So that's big to me, and that's big for the industry. A lot of people will not have to rush, but instead take their time, because some weeks in the market is just not that good. It's just too much volatility or not enough volume. Like this, you want to be trading in pretty good market conditions, and the last thing you want, is to be rushing, um, when obviously that's not really gonna help you, right? I always make the wrong decisions if I feel rushed, or if I feel like something is pushing my stress levels. So we've all been there. you know. So now you guys don't have to worry about just passing in one day, but if you do, then you just move on to the next phase, which is alive, just so you can make your money. All right, who's excited for that? And we also have some new promos. It's 15% off, which is really cool. So if you check out the website here, gotta go to fortunesfunding.com. And so, as you guys can see, X marks the spot right there. Promos at the bottom, 15% off plus 80% payout, 150% refund. And the promo code is FFX5. So, if you guys are interested in taking advantage of this promo, make sure you click on my link at the bottom of this current live. You will see in the details. You just go ahead and click on that, and you should be going. All right, so let me show you real quick. You go to YouTube, boom. I think they're working in the neighborhood because my internet is not supposed to be this slow. All right, so here we are right here. Got 37 people watching live from all over the world. Blessings, blessings, blessings. All right, and so once you go here, you see where it says join Discord. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, you feel free to do so. And boom, right there, you can follow me on Instagram. And on top of that, you can see that the link is right there to buy yourself a challenge. Okay, so that's usually how it goes. All right, let me go ahead and close out on that. Run up these likes. You heard the man. Run up these likes. Okay, somebody said, what do you think of GBP USD? All right, so I woke up today and I was looking at GBP USD myself. Okay. Let me see if there's anything I can shut down as far as whatever's slowing down my MacBook. This is embarrassing. So yeah, GBP USD currently seems to be heading down into an area of interest, but I would not be taking any positions until you guys see clarity. One thing about this market is like you can see us selling off like this, and then whole time it was an area of liquidity where they just dip their foot in that joint and then skyrocket to the top, and by the time you try to even get in position or close your, then your grits, you know. I hate that feeling. Truth be told, like, it's not been a good week for me personally. uh, I don't I don't understand where I kind of fell off from this week, but I do know like there's a lot of things going on in my background, which is like probably pressing me. But you know, when you show up in front of the charts, you try to do the best that you can, and if you are funded, you try to expose yourself to less risk. And one of the biggest things that I want you guys to remember today is try your best not to um, trade with high risk lot size. So like if a setup is not as clear, don't give it the same treatment as you would with a high quality setup with low risk to high reward. All right. So you know sometimes, you know, most times people blow their account or lose their funds because they went into a trade setup that is too aggressive with an aggressive lot size. You know, I've done that before. I'm still learning from time to time. I'm like, yo, that probably wasn't the best idea, you know? So all this goes into the past performances of how you used to analyze things, and, you know, we have to just do better. All right, so with GBP USD currently, from what I'm looking at, it seems we are still trying to figure out a direction. But as of right now, we have made it to this demand zone. This demand zone is coming from a 4 hour structure. 4 hour structure being June 29th, excuse me, the last day of June, or June 30th. So at some point, we have to either see price either sweep under that low, which would be the sign that price wants to buy. Okay, so currently we are selling. The thing that made this week very difficult was how, at one point on Monday, price almost looked like they were just going to use this base, this fair value gap, to buy higher. And then instead, they slowed down the volume. Instead, they slowed down the volume, and then they created this area instead, and they use um, the volume to break and retest. So by Wednesday at 5 a.m. Eastern time, we saw the break and retest, and then obviously this is what's continuing this trend. But at the same time, consequently, we saw USD had a similar setup, from Friday, but USD because of JPY news, along with, USD news, made the dollar a bit more bullish, and it looked real good. It looked real good. All right, so um, looking into USD currently as well, it seems like we are selling because we made it from a supply zone. We actually we bought towards 143. We spiked off the zone, and so we've made it to supply from the beginning of last month, which was July. So it is to no surprise why we're actually heading down into like yesterday's low, and we could see price actually sweep above Asia sessions and whatnot, so we could continue. So obviously right now, like, to me, price does not look clear for entry. You know. All right, let me check. Wow, this my MacBook being this loud. This is not good. All right. Um, Let me check the chat real quick. What kind of trade you take, SME, SMC, or price action? Isn't price action SMC? Let me shut down this argument real quick. To be honest with you, I've learned smart money concepts, but it gets to a point where you have to figure out your own identity. You can't just keep identifying so much as this thing or that thing. Like once you're in front of the charts, it's really down to your decision making. Nothing else. What the heck? Nothing else. Like you can hear me say fair value gap. You can hear me say supply. You'll hear me say support or demand. Uh, at the end of the day, it's about the execution and the confidence that you have once you see the setup that's printing right in front of your face. You know, so um, because the bottom line is the truth of the matter is you can get clapped on any day if you don't make the right decisions. Sometimes you might think price just swept liquidity and is retracing. Next thing you know, like you look again and you're like, oh shoot, price actually just broke structure above, and this is a higher high. This was not a liquidity sweep of the supply zones. And then price must retrace back down and fail to swing low for you to catch on. Damn, am I rapping right now? Because that sound like some bars, right? So, for instance, let's say price makes it to this area of supply right here. Okay, you're thinking this is a higher high. Oh, liquidity just got captured. All right, bet. So price break structure retraces. Where is it going? If you don't, if you're the type of person who sees sells only, or don't understand like where to get in buys, you're gonna get clapped regardless, right? Or if you woke up today and you have a lot of stress, you take your entry, nothing. Take another entry, nothing. And you're like, okay, maybe this is, price is coming back at the point of interest. And then they breach past the point of interest and you're upset. At the end of the day, are you a smart money trader? At the end of the day, like smart money is smart money, meaning the institutions. We're still retail at the end of the day. And even if you can't see the liquidity and you are the liquidity, like how do you pick up from getting swept from liquidity? That's why sometimes, you anticipate something, you anticipate price to get at the point of interest, and price sweeps. What do? Then you got to know how to like follow up from that. Okay, price just swept yesterday's low. Then we got to wait for a 5-minute break and retest. Stuff like that, Stuff like that is very important. So like you have to know how to follow up from the sequences or whatever happens. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I don't know what to do from here. Then afterwards I figure out, oh shoot, I could have taken this trade in Asia, But no, I gotta wait for like, price, they drew the swing and all shit. Like I don't like to follow too much into anything. As long as it's clear to me what I'm doing, like for instance, whole time psychology, like you should know that if your setup does this and price reacts that way, then you get in the trade and you put your stop loss and you should be like, all right, so this is a type of trade that I can hold for 30 minutes. This is a type of trade that on average an hour and a half should be more than enough for it to make it to like 40 pips in the target for my day. Or this is a 4-hour structure. If price does that and it mitigates, okay, I might hold this trade for 18 hours to 24 hours. Like there's a lot more that goes into trading than just identifying as, oh, I'm a follower of this cult. I'm a follower of this concept. It's almost like people who identify as like Christian versus like, oh, I'm spiritual or religious. Bro, as long as you believe in something, that's what matters the most. Like, we don't want to get caught up in the semantics and bro, you know how many smart money traders blow accounts and funded phases? And it builds too much of a huge confidence when it's really about risk management, the way you carry yourself mentally, like the way you're aggressively or less aggressively getting in and out of setups, the way you decide when to exit instead of anticipating too much. And I am not over or above any of what I'm saying, but what the point is like you got to know what you're looking at. And if you don't, you learn from it, you move on, and you implement that experience to become better. Like just like some ball players, you can't even tell like who's training who. A whole entire basketball team gets trained by some of the best trainers that also had like championship history, but that don't mean nothing if you're having a bad night. If you're having some type of situation going on the back end and you just can't get your shots right, and it's the same thing for trading, So That's all I had to say about that. Like, just know yourself. If you get to a point, you just gotta know yourself and just carry along with the experience. But yes, I do subscribe to some smart money concepts. A little bit of Wyckoff, but you just take a bit of everything that you need just to be in front of the charts to understand what you need to do just to make that decision of whether to buy or to sell. All right. So, uh, yeah. All right. So, where we at here? Currently, for me, I don't see any setups. But just because I say that doesn't mean I should just move on to the next pair. I should really pay attention to the details right now. Okay. So, what do we have? We still had consolidation from 6 a.m., 4 a.m., all this London price action carrying up into New York right now, which is 9:30 Eastern. 9:30 Eastern, which means the equities market just uh, engaged the algorithm for the U.S. equities hours. So let's see if price is gonna buy up into the internal liquidity that might be sitting here, or if we just keep selling. So in this point, I might decide to just measure the distance where I would put a stop loss. Obviously, like, this is an area of interest, and as I said earlier, like, I'm anticipating price to perhaps make it down here. Okay, make it down here like the 142.40s. Now, as far as GU, we can probably see price bouncing up and resisting this zone. All this tells me that, like, this is not the best price action, honestly, right? But price is obviously going somewhere. So where do we see price going for GU? I think we're just gonna keep playing around this zone here between where it's at right now to the 1.26s. I think I saw somebody say that as well. Yep, reset if it breaks below 1.26. Um, Looking for shorts only. I like that. Yep. Nanan, what's up, brother? USD CAD hit a supply zone on H4? Question mark. Okay. USD CAD. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we did hit a supply from earlier this month. So where do we go from here, right? We can't do anything until we see clarity. So that means we need to see price sweep the liquidity to come back down, or break and retest to come back down, or break above the retest to continue. It's all going to be dependent on the dollar. And since today is Thursday, I wouldn't be surprised if today is, like, not the best um, in volatility because of tomorrow being NFP Friday. This is ridiculous. Something is eating my performance today. There we go. Let's see. Let me close this app. You know what? All right. Someone says, "What about gold?" And someone says, "Can you see GJ?" All right. So cool. Let me check with gold. Last time I checked, gold has retested 1920 29. I mean, okay. So from the looks of it, gold from the last time I checked, I did see price kind of react off of the 1929 right here, but I still think gold can. Let me see something. This is the part where like things require the liquidity to get swept for us to see like where they go from here. Because for me personally, I think because gold consolidated in this area, they broke, retested. Gold is still bearish. Gold is still bearish, right? So because gold is still bearish, the best thing we would have to see is for it to get to an area of support. Now, if price touches 1914, that'll be crazy because that'll be well, it wouldn't be as crazy because like this was the beginning of July. So can you imagine we came all the way from 1985, broke, retested, and then that was the change of character right here. And then we have another break of structure. So till this very moment, on the 4 hour, price is still bearish. Now, if tomorrow NFP price comes in and kind of sweeps above or buys back into this area, I will still consider gold bearish until we make it to some type of point of area where like price sweeps under the low and then buy, because low key, and I'm not talking about the Disney Plus character, low key, damn it, I'm actually trying to see if price is just gonna respect 1928 from here and just break, retest. So I'm gonna literally need price to either sweep liquidity, fail to swing low for me to tell like this is the end of the selling point. But if somehow price breaks past 1929 and retests, then I'm going to expect gold to be heading down into like 1919, 1920. Does that make sense? So because I'm not clear on that, then I have no trade. Sad to say, but it's the best decision to make. Somebody asked for GJ. It looks like GJ is trying to head into this area of demand, but I would just like to see price touch 179 right there where this order block is, where Friday, July 28th low was. But again, it doesn't mean that price will just do that. They really could just sweep under this area of 180.0 and then buy. So because I'm not clear, I would have to wait and see what happens also. So as you guys can tell, there's not much clarity from my point of view. It doesn't make me unfit to trade. It's just that the setups are not clear yet. There's no break of structure. Price is either continuing. If you're already in the sell, then you're already in the sell. You know? So it'd be days like this where you want to take a trade, but what type of trade? If you can't figure out if it's a scalp, if it's buying or selling, you can't do nothing about it. You have to just wait. All right, so let me catch up. US 30 short, question mark. Okay. Yes, I believe US 30 is still shorting right now. Okay. All right. So 9 minutes into the market open, we can definitely see that US 30 is indeed heading into the 35,000s flat. I agree with you, Reese. I definitely agree with you. Yep. Yep. This is definitely where price is heading. Do I trade NFP? Sometimes. But I'm not just gonna throw a trade just because it's 8:30 during NFP. I'm gonna see if the conditions are good for me, and that's it. Hmm. 1 hour holding, 5 minute entry. Whew. I know. 5 minute entry right here. Let me see. Yeah. It's a little late to get in for me though. 35,159. Mm-mm. I'd let this one go. If I gotta put a stop loss, 50-point stop loss would be my stop loss. If you guys are taking a sell, yeah, you probably want to get in and put your stop loss 50 points above. Let me see something real quick. There it goes. Yep, this would have to be low risk. Obviously, when price already ran away and you're trying to still get in or whatever the case is, you would probably have to like settle for a low risk lot size. See, this is where the how many pairs am I good at? I'm glad you asked that question. It's not about the pair. It's about the setup because I can't just show up in front of a pair and just trade it. You have to identify the setup for you to get in. You can't just be like, "Oh, USD ZAR. Yeah, today's challenge is to trade that pair." And like, what? No, it doesn't make sense. Do you just pull up to any pair and then just trade it? No. I will tell you what my preference is. I like GU. I like GJ. Lately, I've been trading UJ more because the conditions are pretty good. Um, I trade gold. Sometimes gold is annoying. Um, I trade Nas. I trade US 30, and it's always gonna be down to the pair that I'm looking for. As long as it's the setup that I find that makes sense for me, break and retest, price sweeps liquidity, breaks and retests again, changes character. I'm gonna take that trade. So Good questions though. Good questions. You can't just, if you're trading, it's not a competition of how many pairs you can master. Master of none is what you end up being. It's just about the lineup that you have. Are you profitable with it? You know, how much are you funded? I'm doing pretty good for myself. Thanks for asking. How about you? So you mean if you have a good strat, I can check other pairs, not just one pair? Yeah, it's all about structure. It's really all about structure. Like, if I ask you a question here, what what trend are we in currently? Okay, you find out what trend you're in. Where are you getting in at? Are you getting in right here? Is this a strat for you? It's just all about the structure and how price is flowing on every single pair. Some pairs might just be too big on spreads. I'm like, I don't like that, because for you to get in the trade, there's commission fees, spread fees, charges. Like, I was looking at a trade I got in, somebody charged me $42 in charges. So that means every pip, even if I call 50 pips at 5 lots or 10 lots, and you're like, how did I make $2,700? So then you go and calculate the 42 times the 50 pips. You're like, my God, that snuck in a little bit. That added up to my profits. That was taken away from my profits. You know, so German 30's doing the same thing, probably, like GER30. So the beautiful thing about indices is same thing. Same thing. We're selling off. Where are we selling off to? Did you get in already? Are you in some trades on German 30 already or not? It looks like we are heading into, at least, the very least, it looks like we could be heading into 15,700s. Yep, this is a base drop. It's not a bad setup. You should definitely get in. Oh, you got in sales. Oh, okay, good. Got in sales a while ago. Yep. German 30 literally took out these highs and has been plummeting ever since. What price point did you get in at? What price point did you guys get in for German 30? You guys left me to the party, man. Y'all left me 15,834. Oh, you just got in. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the sales are here, but where's your stop loss? No stop loss, I bet. Just wanted to get my opinion on entries on Nas. I'm in a protected sales. Yeah, let me know next time. I'm in a protected sale, so I'm not stressing it. Good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I like the engagement that's going on here. Someone says for me, Reese says for me, US 30 and gold is just perfect. Eh, sometimes. So, Tony, how many pairs are you good at? Or which pairs do you like the most? Are you more comfortable when you're trading it? What are those pairs? I like to ask people the same question just to see where their minds are at. Okay, stop loss 15,936. Not bad. Gold and sometimes GJ. Okay, that's understandable with the sometimes GJ. GJ will be funny sometimes for sure. But a lot of setups, I realize if you can't tell what's going on, 5 p.m. Eastern time. I mean 5 a.m. Eastern time in London, everything becomes clear. By that time, price had either swept, previous day lows or the previous session previous session lows. Sometimes they've come right back under or above, the London highs or the London lows, the high of the day or low of the day, and then they'll sweep that, breaking retest on the 5 minute or 3 minute, and then you can get into a beautiful trade. So yeah, it's all relative. Anywho, what I want to do at this point now is I want to take advantage of UJ's sell. And I'm so glad I did not get in US 30's sell because now guess what they're doing? They're buying. They're buying a little bit. Ooh. Mm, 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 mm. So I am getting in USDJPY sells. I'm going for these lows that are right here for about 22 pips. I'm not trying to stay in too long, but this is definitely something that I don't mind getting in. So with my stop loss above 142.8, I think I should be fine. Wow, this is actually not bad of a trade setup. We're talking about a 1-to-1, 18 pip stop loss. We could potentially drop 30, 30 pips. We're looking at like 142.40, something like that, 142.35. You know, ultimately, I can see price just selling off into yesterday's low. So this is why I'm getting in the trade. Someone said I lost a challenge with indices. Okay. So do I do lives daily? No. Thursdays only. Thursdays only at 9 a.m. Eastern time. News can push it down. I'm in. Are we in? I'm in. I'm definitely in. I'm in that UJ cell for sure. You said news. Yeah, yeah, yeah. News tomorrow, right? Let me see if there's any news today. Oh, we got news in 6 minutes. ISM PMI. Purchasing managed. purchasing managers index. Let me see. Yep. For the ISM services for purchasing managers index. Yep. So they're anticipating 53. Either way, there's gonna be some news coming in. I don't see price doing anything but selling here. Unless they decided to be evil and just break above this area. So we'll see. Hey, multimilliardaire. Rosalie. So good to see you. Okay, let me make this a little clearer for everybody to make sure we're in. I'm looking at stop loss being at like 142.90, but a little bit higher than this, 143 even, is pretty good, because price might just spike up a little bit or just continue down. But from this point on, we had 8 a.m., 7 a.m. So like if we get any type of internal sweep and then come back down, then it's still gonna be valid. I just don't see the setup being anything but bearish for now. So yeah. Oh, Reese said you got yours at 143. Good. Yeah, and the target for me is the 142.40s. I think that is realistic for price today. So let's see if price decides to buy, or we'll see what happens. It's about 3.5 minutes until news, and we all know like news usually brings the volatility and sweeping of liquidity. So let's see what happens. In the meantime, let me see what happened with good old US 30. Okay, it was a so US 30 bought a little bit, but I think these are usually the best times to get in the sells. But something today doesn't make me want to take any type of low probability trades. We saw price break. Yeah, we could see it buy a little higher. Like it's things like that that doesn't entertain me. And even if I did, if I do miss it, then it's fine, because I don't like getting in trades that make me feel uneasy, uncomfortable. All right, so as of right now, 2 minutes until news. USD JPY is retracing a little bit. Okay, so as of right now, we're only going to be focused on one chart, because this is what happens when you were looking at too many things at once. We're going to miss very specific pieces of information. All right, so I see you guys are asking about gold and US 30 and stuff. I'll take a look at that in a second. In the meantime, for yourselves, you guys are traders, so you let me know how things played out for you, okay? If the stop loss got hit, hey, better luck next time. If your TP gets hit, better luck next time. But for me, I'm currently looking at USD JPY just to see how things play out. Okay, guys? Okay, Tony said, fear destroys me. Yes, I take setups, but I have missed really good setups because of doubt. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. But even if you do read good trading books, you have to know why the fear is kicking in. So sometimes it's just like you're like, man, if I put this stop loss, they're gonna catch me. Or you're like, dang, if I get in this trade, I bet you they're going to take me out in London. So then you create these type of barriers, and it keeps you from pushing the button. You don't have to fuck around and find out. Like you don't have to just get in the trade regardless. Like sometimes instead of just missing out on the whole trade entirely based off fear, just put a very small lot size, conservative lot size, just to see that what you were saying was actually true or not true. But don't be like, dang, I should have put a bigger lot size when that wasn't your plan. All right. So you got to look fear in the face sometimes and just do it anyway. I found that not too long ago too, that like I was being faced with some situations that made me feel some type of way. And the reason why like we get fearful too is because like the last time you did it, you got zapped. So it's just like every time we're conditioned, like if we do something bad, we get spanked or we get whipped. So then the brain learns to not do that again or gets hesitant, you know? So like I remember I didn't get in gold yesterday. Well, I did get in gold, but price started like doing this retracement, and I'm like, here goes gold with the bullshit, and I closed, and then honestly, gold came back to a breaker block, and then sold just like I thought. I was pretty, I was pretty hurt. I'm not gonna lie, and it was just because like I remember price retraced after it captured liquidity last week with GJ, and I stayed in that trade. I was like, no, I'm not gonna close, and they just kept buying and buying and buying. So I just felt that same feeling with gold, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to put up with that, and I closed. So fear is real. Don't let nobody come in and pretend like sometimes they don't make the same mistakes you do, right? It's really down to the psychology of like what made you do that, or how can you break past that fear next time. you know I saw a slight glimpse of us USD JPY selling off, but that was exactly what it was, a slight glimpse. So now we got to figure out what's going on. Price, this is what I was talking about. Like, for instance, in this very moment, here are two things I'm thinking about. I'm like, okay, was this a quick sweep? Did price just take out the previous hour lows and about to, buy up? But then I gotta remember, wait, USD JPY is still supposedly in a bearish retracement. So I gotta remember, no matter how sharp price is moving, I did say that I have a stop loss here at 142.9695 and such. I did also pick the right risk. So I should not be fearful of what happens at this point because I'm comfortable with the risk. So then I too have to calm myself down and be rational about what I'm seeing despite the big huge reaction that's going on. And then guess what? I have to read your messages too, like, oh, UJ's moving crazy. What does that tell me? Oh snap, panic. UJ's doing what? Like you're on a live session. Your mind is always on fight or flight. But then I have to train myself to try and keep me in a middle ground. It's not easy. So I trust and believe, guys. This is why live sessions are important, to see how a trader is thinking about certain things. I've made mistakes on live, or I've held positions on live and they came and slapped me in the face. It didn't make me feel good. you know? But it's just all part of it. Because imagine being by yourself in front of those charts and it's you and your thoughts. Shit gets a little tense, so trust me, we can all relate at some point on the charts. All right, so hopefully what I'm saying is making sense to you guys, is relating and resonating to you guys, and I'm not just going off a rant. Okay, so uh yeah, it be like that sometimes, man. Markets can definitely pull your heartstrings. Okay, so that reaction that just happened so far seems to be settling. So far seems to be settling. All right, I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb. There's way too many notifications coming in at once. Um, Once I started seeing that, like, even if I take losses, I'm able to come back or average out the same numbers, and I'm like, okay, I'm profitable. Meaning, like, I can come back from anything. But from time to time, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when the markets are not good, I'm like, yo, did I lose? Did I lose my magic touch? You question sometimes, but when you start seeing the setups that and things are playing out well, you're like, oh, okay, okay. Profitability is relative. Some guys you see on social media, like, the profits look good on the phone and on Instagram, but sometimes the money doesn't go into the bank account. So profitability is all about being able to secure the money and moving the money. Like, I'm always judging myself from a very bright lens. So it's always about refining my performance, right? But at the end of the day, if I pull up one day and I make a certain amount of money, the profitability is about the profit being secured and being used to take care of personal matters. So, like, what happens on the charts is not as important as the take home. You know, well, let's say I make $300 right now. That's profit. Right now, I'm profitable. The next trade, I lose it, not profitable, but it's about consistency. Can you consistently come back and make some money? Yes. And if you can't do that, then you have the skill, because you're gonna take losses regardless. But being able to come back, making some bread, being able to, like, learn from it and getting better, that's profitability. So the definitions can be a little funny, and it just all depends on how you look at it. I've seen traders lose 100K in a day, come back next month, spank the market for 300K. I've seen myself make 5, 10K, lost it, and I'm like, damn. And then I come back the next day or next week, setup looks good, I make it back, I'm like, okay, good. So I'm like, you know what? I need to be more consistent this week. It's always like a wake up call. But as long as you can swim in these waters, then that's what matters. All right. So focus on your setups, focus on yourself, and do what you can. Do what you can. All right, so USD JPY is moving towards these areas that we said. I had gotten in at the 75. What else? Let me see. Yep, a few of my entries were 71, 68. So we're currently at 49. Are you guys in profit? I mean, around this time, around where the price is at right now, I wouldn't be mad if I closed profits. Was not expecting this quick pullback here. But there's nowhere else price is gonna go but to this destination. We had a break and retest. I'm only using these trend lines just so you guys can see, but typically my style is just to identify order blocks, breaker blocks, and imbalance. So these are the three areas that price retraces, and from what I peep, this is a breaker. So W trade. It's 10:11 a.m. Eastern time, so this trade got up until like 11 to TP, or you could just close. I do have this annoyance when price was clearly in my favor and then they kind of jerked up a little bit, but this doesn't seem too dangerous. Looks like they just kind of trying to mitigate on the smaller time frame. I hope they don't freaking buy all the way up. I hate when that happens though. Hate when that happens. So what would I do in this point? This would be the best time for me to start closing partials and start moving stop loss. And then there's the last thing, which is close the trade entirely. So one thing that happens very often these days is like you're expecting price to make it to the freaking order block at the bottom, and then next thing you know, they just sweeping and buying back up. Oof, that one right there, annoyance. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to secure 80% of my profit. All right, I'm good right here, because this right here is too sensitive for me. I can't tell you how many times I thought price would sell off a lot more, and it does eventually, but somehow they went and swept, broke, and retested on a very small time frame that you see them starting to build it up here, and then next thing I know, I'm thinking I'm gonna just trust my trade and analysis, and then boom, price comes all the way back at break even. So then now you have to make this narrative about yourself, like, man, I'm a break-even trader. How can I get out of being a break-even trader? And you waiting for like the next summit, or you catching the next IG live of a trader you look up to. It's like, hey, can you help me? How can I be less of a break-even trader, or get out at the right exit points? And start with that. Start with that. Like, don't just say, oh, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Do something about it when you see the most profits. That's bars right there, yo. I've experienced that crap. I'm looking at all types of profits, right? And then I'm like, I'm gonna wait and see. That happened to me last month on this live. I'm like, bro, I was up this and that amount of money. Like, how did I let this, So, whenever you're in doubt, close partials. Whenever you're in doubt, close majority of the profits. Whenever you're in doubt, close the whole damn thing. Whenever you're in doubt, move your stop loss and close more partials. Honestly, because this market is unforgivable. I don't play around with this market no more. When in doubt, make a decision that's positively going to impact your performance and your account. That's the that's the realest thing I could ever tell you. Like, because you got to deal with that crap afterwards. You're like, man, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? But the next time you see the situation, you got to do it, because you're going to ask yourself, why didn't I do that again? Oh man, I keep doing this again. Like, why? How do I stop? Like, I'm so mad at myself. And then you start name calling. Oh, I'm so stupid and da da da. I can't get this right. Blah blah. Like, hey, figure out the situations that are going on in front of you and get better at making better decisions. Okay? So, do I use fixed lots or percentage? Um, I'll tell you, I calculate my risk off of a dollar amount based on the percentage of the money. So, like if I'm risking $1,000 on a trade, and then I gotta risk 18 pips, then 5.5 lots, I gotta use that because that's how much money I'm risking. You know, so that's how I do it. Okay, now let's go ahead and check gold since somebody was asking about it. Currently, gold, I would not want to stay in any type of sales because they're working that zone. They're working that zone, and it seems like they're going to push above, and they've tried it already, just spiking right above the area of consolidation, which was in London. I would not be staying. Excuse me. I would not be staying in any sell trades. Up to you. By the way, I went ahead and closed my trades for UJ. It was good enough for me, and I do think price is had just swept that area and probably gonna retrace back up to uh, the high of the day, which if you're in profit, you don't wanna give that up. Okay, um, my volume is very low. Might want to put your volume up though. Yeah, you might want to raise your volume. Mic check 1 2 1 2. From a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you guys hear me? How does everybody hear me? From a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, somebody said 11. Ah, Just crossed it a little low today, bro. Okay, let me see if I can just move the mic. It fades out at times. Oh, all right. How about now? Are we good? All right, between 10 and 8 and 5 is good for me. I'll just raise my voice a little higher, and I think that should be good for you guys. All right? Okay. So in the case of UJ, we can see that price is trying to buy back up. I would not want to be in any sales still if you guys already had been in the most profits. Okay. Now, obviously on the 1 hour and the 30 minute, we are still bearish. But if you're trying to secure some trades, this would be the best time. All right. Okay. Giveaway time. Giveaway time. I know why y'all here. So, can somebody, whoever whoever blew the most account this month gets a free giveaway. How about that? Cuz you need it. You need it more than anybody. All right? So, be honest. How many accounts did you blow this month? How many accounts did you blow? How many funding challenges did you blow this month? And here's the catch. What's today's date? Ah, today is August 3rd. So if on the third day of the month you already blew a whole lot of accounts, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to, I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to do something for you. Man, don't even have money to purchase. Hmm. This month just started, bitch. Only one, boss. Oh yeah. Once I start hearing that, I know it's from Nigeria. I blew a prop firm account. Okay. The next question. Next question. How many of you guys have invested in yourselves with Fortunes Funding? I have just recently been doing interviews with some people, and one of our one of the payouts, it wasn't that much, right? It was probably about $100, but that $100 came from a free giveaway. It was a free 10K giveaway, and that person respected that account enough and used their strategies and maintained their risk management, and they were able to get a payout out of that free giveaway. The reason why I'm saying this is like these giveaways, although they're free, but it costs us money, right? Free is not always free. So, what are you willing to do for yourself, and how will you promote Fortunes Funding once you are provided with this free account? Because most people will look at their situation when they're here free, but they never question like, dang, how can I also like show gratitude? And I'm big on that. I'm big on gratitude. You know, people will just show up for giveaways. But how many of you guys have actually bought the smallest account with Fortunes Funding? How many of you guys? Liquidity Rider. Wow. Bro, it's an interesting name, man. I have won a 10K from Fortunes Funding and up 5% right now. Nice. Nice. Ali, Luca, James watching every day, but I followed it after seeing TJR. I don't know what TJR is. I haven't yet with Fortunes Funding. What are you waiting for? I want to invest but have no money. Well, you gotta invest in yourself. When you have no money and you're trading, how does that feel? How do you want to get better, or how do you want to get into trading if you have no money at all? You got to figure out how to make it. You got to figure out how to make some money. No scamming. Yep, these giveaways can change someone's life. All right, here's the final question, and then I will make a decision. Here's my final question. Do you really feel like your risk management has been practiced enough for you to be funded? Do you feel like your risk management and your psychology is strong enough for you to be funded? Or is this going to be your first experience? And if you said yes, I want I want you guys to blow my messages. And I don't usually say this. Go into my Instagram. Show me proof that your strategy has been consistent lately. Consistent enough for me to give you a free giveaway. Because if you say you don't have no money, I want to see that you've been practicing on demo, because the demo's free. Yeah, it ain't no games over here. All right? I want you guys to prove to me that you are not just trying to get another account for free and you didn't work for it. You didn't work enough for it. So my Instagram is Sir Hans Felix. Message me. I will be reading these messages later today just to see. Show me screenshots. Explain. Leave voice messages. Send me analysis. I want to see how you've been doing these last 30 days, and then I will make a decision on who to give this account giveaway. Yes, you can DM me on Instagram. My DM is right there into the details of the live session. All right. So if you look in the right corner, Instagram.com/Sir Hans Felix. Okay. And tag Fortunes Funding. Repost on your story. Be like, yo, this is so and so, and I am, what's it called? I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm petitioning for Fortunes Funding. This is how I've been trading so far. I've been profitable on demo. I'm just looking for an opportunity. You know, show me something. I'm not just giving out free giveaways for laughs. Honestly, we're looking for people who really can show themselves, show that confidence, show me that you are ready. All right. Preparation is the best form of pre-success before opportunity knocks. Okay. I failed 5 challenges. I think now, past 2 months, you've been very consistent. What made you fail that challenge? What's my name again? Eh, well, looks like you already disqualified, my brother. If you gotta ask, find out what my name is. What's my Instagram? For those who are paying attention, put it right there in the chat so he can see what my name is. Okay. Someone said this will be my first. Okay. Risk management is way better now. Okay, if you say so. All right. Side note: TP has been hit for some of you guys who are still in that trade. Um, do I forever signals 1 to 4? Okay, I'm grateful for UJ playing out. Did anybody profit? Thank you, Jaquel. Thank you. There are two places you can always find my Instagram. On the top right corner of the screen, right there. Right there. And then whenever you see live trading sessions, here's a quick tip. When you click on show more, follow today's trader here. See? Follow today's trader. And from there, you can click on my Instagram. All right. Here I am. Oh, look, I'm wearing the same shirt. All right. So, Karthik. All right. So, Karthik said gold longs above 1938.4. Damn, so it looks like TP already hit. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on the gold longs. I agree. They work that floor so much that they're definitely not selling anymore for now. Good to know. Okay, it's good. All right, I see some of the videos and photos. Oh, that's just from one person. Huh. like what I'm seeing. Top dollar trading. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, 100 pip caught with gold. That's what I'm talking about. Certificate. Reese du Trois. Okay. I like that. I like that. Okay. Profit 1,070. This is the type of track record I'm talking about. Man, I think I gotta. Yeah, you in the lead, bro. You are definitely in the lead. Conyo, I really should. I'm here for the accounts, sir. You know why I'm here. mm, this is hard. Oh man. Okay, my DMs definitely is flooded. Holy moly. All right, I'll definitely take a look at the DMs later. Oh boy. Okay. So I will announce who the winner of uh, the giveaway is a little later today. Yep, this is why I don't like to stay in trades in sensitive areas. Look at how gold swept, bounced, came back here. And it's like, this is so funny to me. Many times we're looking at price, and based on how you typically anticipate it to sell off coming from a supply, if price won't sell, you'd be surprised to see how that sell trade turns into a buy real quick, you know? And yes, it's sweeping liquidity, but it's not selling off. So it goes from a liquidity sweep to a failure swing low to a break of structure real quick. And those three and in those three elements, you can get clapped in all three and be confused as hell. And that's why, like, honestly, like, people ask me all the time, what's the difference between a liquidity sweep and a break of structure? And I'll be honest with you, sometimes a liquidity sweep is a break of structure, but you don't find out until price fails to swing low or fails to swing high. Because if price sweeps the low, it's a sweep. But if price fails to break structure at the top and just continue, then that's actually a sweep, a failure swing high, which means it's coming back down. Does that make sense? So it's like we gotta be careful. Unless though, if you're in a selling trend, lower low, lower high, sweep of the lower high, then lower low. So you gotta know what trend you're also in. So all these little details, man. Like if you're looking at too many pairs and just getting caught up in the sauce, like things will definitely catch up in a terrible way. That's why I'm always trying to be careful, and I'm making sure I'm staying sharp, because one slight piece of information and there goes that trade. All right. So, if you want to jump, yeah. All right. So, let's take a quick look. I will be finishing this live in about 20 minutes. I just want to take my time right now just to see some things. So, as far as gold, price price is definitely reacting off of the 1929, and they pushed towards the 1937. US 30. US 30 is selling off like we said. I chose not to get in because I did not like it. By 10 a.m., we broke, retested, and respected this area where there's like wicks and uncertainty, which is why I was like, hell nah, you know. However, price once it made it here went 93 points. That's crazy. And if I were to take a trade like that on the 5 minute, because price broke and retested, I right around here I probably would have taken that sell with my stop loss up here. But yeah, that's probably the only explanation I would have for myself to take this trade. Right above 35,258. That was 9 a.m. Break, retest. But we all know I was not looking to take any trades for US 30 because I didn't like it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself. Now, moving on to GU. Okay, these are good signs that tomorrow is going to probably go against the liquidity of Wednesday and such. Looks like we did react off of Friday, June 30th's lows. Interesting. So what does this mean for me? It means that this is a change of character. But I'm not fully convinced. I'm gonna wait for price to retrace here and see if Friday is gonna bring some counter trade buys. So we could see price sweep and then buy in a crazy way. So when when we see NFP, I could definitely see gold buying towards Wednesday's lows. I mean Wednesday's highs. And I'm thinking about it. Gold does owe me about 150 pips, so that'd be nice. See if I could scale in. Hopefully price gives me what I need. Because if I do trade NFP, I want to see things very clearly where I can catch like a push like that, and I'm gonna get out as soon as I'm in profit. Not even gonna give them the time of day. Okay, so let me check the chat. Let's see what's going on. All right. You just passed your phase 1 of the 10K challenge. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, Prayas. GJ up now, sir. Let me check GJ for you. Okay, so GJ is reacting off of the zone. GJ is reacting off of what? GJ is reacting off of last Friday, July 28th. The lows of last Friday, July 28th. Sunday, it's oh wow. The low of the week has been touched. Oh, well then. The low of the week has been touched. So this was a retracement. We are still in a bullish trend for GJ. Oh yeah, I knew it. Earlier I was just saying that price really could just react off this area right here from the end of July. Didn't I say that? Liquidity rider. Nah, you're liquidity rider, right? We gonna be listening to what you gotta say, man. I gotta be careful how I use I use your name here. It's a very yeah. I'm on live, so I'm not trying to get used for no gifs, no clips, none of that. Liquidity Rider. How did you come up with that name? My account's still on. All right, so for me to continue seeing proof for GJ, I would like to see price hold this area or sweep, and then I would take a buy. Like, tomorrow that might just be the play in London, 5, 6 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, might see price break. I might even check in oh, I might even check in with Asia just to see how they use this area right here. Price swept the week lows. That's a big sign that GJ is still maintaining that structure. But we'll see. If they sell off a little bit into this imbalance, I'll still consider GJ to be like bullish. But if, like, for some reason we sweep on here or whatever the case is, I'm still gonna be waiting to see like how they turn this thing. But for now, the fact that they just swept last week lows, that's a big sign. Oh Lord. Oh shoot. Okay. Got a couple friend requests. How's somebody gonna be official T Max CEO but just join on the 21st of July 2023? Yeah, that's not the T Mac I know. Solomon 1990. Okay. I think that was somebody that I spoke to on the live today, right? Okay. Okay, so you bought an E8 50K evaluation. If you don't get the giveaway, you will focus. Yeah, keep focusing on that account. I'm definitely looking to give this to somebody who might need it more than the next person, but also can show me that they're consistent. All right, you got to be ready. Okay, let's see what else is out here. So back to UJ. UJ is still making its way to the downside, and as you guys can see, we had anticipated that price was going to make it to this low, and we have touched it many times. We have reached that area many times. That's good. So I'm definitely glad I had closed my trades around 8:40 yesterday. I didn't listen to myself, and it cost me, and that was what happened with gold. But price did retrace here, and I was able to get in another account and took that sell. And this was very much a low risk sell. I was realistic about the TP. Crazy that price actually went down for 50 pips or so. Let me see how much I caught from that. Price most definitely retested the breaker. And then that was the huge reaction that happened. And so between 9:30 to 9 to 10, right? Between 9:45, 9:40, this area right here gave us 20 minutes of price action. Can you imagine? While we were talking, price gave us 20 minutes of price action right in here. And if we didn't have confidence in where the stop loss was, that would have elicited fear and would have stopped us from even benefiting from this setup. But when you look afterwards, right, price actually sold for 50 pips. So little details like that I like to pay attention to, because it's one thing for you to be like, oh, I would have caught this would have happened, or man, how did I miss this? And when you paying attention to how everything went down, at 9:20 price went yeet. Same thing at 9:30. And price, remember, at 9:50 went like this, and then they bought up a little bit, but we stayed in the trade, and I got out right here. But from 82 to 32, from 10 to 10:30, that was 50 pips. So how many pips did you guys catch? How many pips did you guys catch? Okay, you caught 30. You closed UJ at break even, but secured 2.8% on US 30. Well done. Well done. What else happened? What else happened? What else happened? Ooh, 60 on GU. Wow. Stud. Good job. All right, guys. So I'm gonna close out as I'm gonna close out at this point, but I will say, if you guys want to follow my analysis pages, so for those of you guys who did not, who might not win the giveaway, I got something free for you. You guys ready? I got a free gem for you. How many of you guys have taken my 3-day boot camp already? How many of you guys have watched my 3-day boot camp? Okay. No problem. If you have not watched my 3-day boot camp, message me. I will give you access to the 3-day recordings for free. All right. I want to make sure that you guys become more aware of your psychology. All right, so message me on Instagram as well. I will give you guys free access to my 3-day bootcamp. Okay, Miss Rosalie, I think you already have access to my 3-day bootcamp. I think you said yeah, you were part of the bootcamp. Okay, so uh, make sure you guys are following my channels on Instagram, because I will drop my Telegram just for you guys to follow, like my free analysis and everything like that. Okay, so yeah. With that being said, I think we had a solid day here. A lot to be learned, uh, but there's definitely more pips to catch. Just be careful. Don't stay and be looking for too many setups that are not there. But as for these pairs, for sure, like I can see that Friday is going to be bringing some type of retracement. So be on the lookout for that. I think what's it called? The dollar index might be selling a little bit. So we'll see how price reacts. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I think price is definitely gonna be. The dollar index definitely looks like it's gonna be bearish for Friday. NFP. Let me see what we got going on for NFP. So, as far as the ISM numbers that came out was 52.7. But there's an increase on factory orders. That's crazy. So there's a lot of increase of production. The rising purchase of orders signals that manufacturers will increase activity as they work to fill the orders. All right, so the economy is still pushing, and there's still demand for the economy. But as far as the service PMI, we came out lower than expected. This is why the dollar had shown us bearishness. But so tomorrow we got NFP. What numbers are we anticipating for NFP tomorrow? Looks like we have 203 is what the anticipation is. Dang. So if we if we meet below those numbers, then it might react negatively to the dollar. So that would kind of help for me to see what happens, but I might even see price sweep liquidity before they sell. So I'm going to be very careful with that. Anyway, sweep, break, retest, then I'll know that the dollar made it to an area of supply and will be looking to sell. I don't know just yet, but once price does break, fail to swing high, then we will definitely be looking to see how things play out from here. If we're going to be selling back down to 101.7, these definitely are areas that I might see price touch base on for tomorrow in NFP. So that might also mean that we get to see either a continuation at 34,750 for US 30. So we might see like break and retest, and then for the rest of the session in US 30 we just continue selling. That would be beautiful, because at that point I would probably consider US 30 for 300 points. You know what I'm saying? Like that might be a nice little come up, nice little bag. We'll see. But I had fun with you guys today. I'm quiet, just listening on this side. What's up, Eric? You want recordings? Yeah, reach out to me. Okay, guys. I promise I will stay till 11. It is now 30 seconds till 11. I'm going to close out this live stream. Thank you for being on the call. Peace, love, and blessings. I will talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.